All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Fisher, the mayor of Louisville. Obviously, a lot of the attention of our city has been understandably focused on some of the immediate challenges we've had, especially with the pandemic, amongst others. But we also have got to keep working with urgency on long-term challenges like climate change and sustainability. And here in Louisville, I'm proud to say there's good news on that. On Monday, we announced that Louisville was one of 88 global cities recognized by the environmental nonprofit CDP for Metro government's actions to develop robust climate change strategies, track and act to limit and reduce emissions, assess and mitigate climate risk, and report this information with transparency. So one of 88 global cities, very good job to the city of Louisville. And here we continue to take action to reduce our city's contributions to climate change, from lowering our energy use here in Metro-owned buildings and incentivizing cool roofing to our announcement that we're making here today. So as part of our ongoing efforts to reduce our impact on climate change, I'm proud to announce that Louisville has received a $42,000 grant from Partners for Places. That's a joint effort by the Funders Network and the Urban Sustainability Directors Network. Partners for Places pairs local governments with philanthropy to support sustainability projects. Locally, those grant dollars, along with $44,000 from Louisville Metro and contribution from our partners, will fund the creation of Parkland Plaza, a community-driven green space, obviously right in the heart of the Parkland neighborhood. You can see the site design right here. We'll talk about it more in a minute. And what we're going to do is transform an underused surface parking lot into a welcoming, well-shaded, community-oriented cultural plaza for the benefit of the people of Parkland and any visitors from outside of Parkland as well. And this is important for a number of reasons. This year's Louisville Sustainability Summit focused on the intersection of climate change and social justice. And we know that we need to prioritize equity in our sustainability efforts, just as we're working to prioritize equity in every decision that we make here with our city government. Every neighborhood and every resident of our city deserves to have safe and attractive community member or spaces for community members of all ages to gather and enjoy. It deserves noting that Parkland was the home of the champ, Muhammad Ali. And like other West Louisville neighborhoods, Parkland was once home to a booming commercial corridor with Black-owned businesses, including a grocery, bakeries, hardware stores, a bank, and theaters. And those businesses were decimated by urban renewal, some civic unrest in the 68, redlining, and disinvestment. So the hope is that Parkland Plaza, like the opening last month of the Parkland Neighborhood Food Mart, and Dare to Care when they move their headquarter operations to Parkland, will lead to more community investments, including those focused on green space and sustainability. This project also creates one less impervious surface in our city, but it also creates a new community gathering space with a playground, open air seating, and room for outdoor performances and retail vendors. I want to thank all the folks that have come together to make this happen. A lot of partners and community members have stepped up to shape and support this project. The Community Foundation of Louisville, Trees Louisville, a Center for Neighborhoods, which led community visioning work and showed residents what the site could be through its Better Block program. Councilwoman Jessica Green has been working on this area for a long time. And Tamika Jackson, the Parkland Business and Development Association. And then finally, Ja'Cory Arthur and 1200 LLC. Ja'Cory will provide community programming in this space. I want to note, too, that this is not the first Partners for Places grant that Louisville has received. Louisville Metro was also awarded a Partners for Places grant in 2015 for the Green for Good project, which served as a pilot for the Green Heart project that continues to study the impacts of increasing green space on public health. As we continue to work to reduce the urban heat island in our city, we need to increase our tree canopy, and Tree Louisville has been a great partner in that effort. They step up time and time again, including lending their expertise and funds to the Parkland Plaza project. So with us today is Charlotte Jones, Operations Manager with Trees Louisville, and Charlotte is going to share a few thoughts with us. Charlotte?
Thank you, Mayor Fisher, and thanks everyone who's tuning in this morning. Trees Louisville is very excited to have the opportunity to continue our fruitful partnership with Louisville Metro as we're collectively working to improve our tree canopy and increase access to green space for community members. Since the inception of Trees Louisville in 2015, we've enjoyed a really robust partnership with Louisville Metro. Public-private partnerships are an invaluable means to stretching our limited dollars and resources, and we feel this project will be yet another in a really long line of successes. There's no shortage of research that reveals the many ways that a healthy tree canopy and access to green spaces play a role in our lives. Sometimes these effects are so subtle or ubiquitous that we tend to take them for granted. Trees have the power to clean our air and water. They act as natural cooling systems, they prevent flooding, but they also keep us more physically active, they calm our minds, and they strengthen our communities by bringing us together outdoors. We are truly appreciative of this opportunity to be able to contribute to such a multifaceted and impactful project and build upon the work that the Center for Neighborhoods, the Parkland Business Development Association, Councilwoman Green, and others have dedicated themselves to for the past few years. We understand just how important collaboration and partnerships are, and it's for this reason that we were drawn to apply for the Partners for Places Sustainability Grant. It's a perfect example of creating synergy to help move forward a transformative project for the Parkland neighborhood. And we're really looking forward to working with the team on the Parkland Plaza, and our hope is that this will be one of many new neighborhood projects that will help to build more community and relationships. We're also very grateful to the Funders Network for this Partners for Places grant to expand our partnership with Louisville Metro and other non-government partners and to continue building a greener, more equitable, and more sustainable city. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Charlotte. Appreciate you all. All right, next up is Tamika Jackson. Tamika is the president of the Parkland Business and Development Association. Tamika is a community leader at the heart of the work to revitalize Parkland Business District and has also been a really integral part of the team developing Parkland Plaza. So Tamika, we thank you for your good work and look forward to your words.
We at the Parkland Business Development Association are truly grateful. We're grateful for all the collective efforts and associations and organizations that have embraced and also work with us to collaborate more sustainability and healthy environments for upcoming development and things that are going on in Parkland. We are truly, truly excited. This civic space is going to be very instrumental in an instrumental space for upcoming things that are in the works in fruition, like there's more affordable housing that's being developed over there, right outside that corridor, 6 affordable units, and then also there's in the works for 28 rental properties that are going to be made into affordable home ownership opportunities for those. And we can see that in that corridor, that space is going to be very, very instrumental, and it's going to help the community as far as engagement and everything. And we are so grateful for all those that are involved and all those that have been putting in the work for some time now. Center for Neighborhoods, we'd like to thank Ja'Cory for even, suggesting the use of that space and allowing us to partner in on that. We'd like to thank everybody that has contributed. City of Louisville, Jessica Green has always been very supportive. So we just like to thank you and thank everybody. And we look forward to the things that are coming in Parkland.
Great. Well, thanks, Tamika. Yeah, a real community partnership from the very days from the garden going in and different experimentation there. So thanks for being with us and seeing this through. Next up is Jess Brown. Jess is the planning director at the Center for Neighborhoods, and they've been working with our team in the Parkland community and other partners since 2018 to understand what residents wanted in the plaza and activate the space through the Better Block program. So Jess, take it away.
Thank you, Mayor. We want to start out by just thanking Tamika and Tammy and all of the residents, the Parkland Garden, Ja'Cory, and our team member Johnny here for their tireless effort on getting the community vision going, the organizing, just not stop supporting each other, all of it, really being Louisville neighbors. We are, our mission is to engage neighbors to build great neighborhoods. Parkland's already a great neighborhood. It has historic, just streetscape there. 28th and Duminil has a rich civil rights history. There's generations of folks that have made Parkland a beautiful place to live. And there's already so much love going on there. The Parkland Love Better Block project was named because of the love and dedication of neighbors to that specific space. This civic plaza that will be built through the implementation of this grant is really an implementation of the community vision and a result of the hard work that they've been doing for decades. And the impetus of Center for Neighborhoods involvement was because of Ja'Cory's suggestion. So we're very thankful for him to be on our team. And then 2 years of deep dive of organizing, of conversations, of a tactical urbanism event where we built out the plaza. And this is what the Better Block program is about. This is what Center for Neighborhoods is about, is working with neighbors from a grassroots level to build out their vision for their own community. And I'm really excited that this is a sustainability grant because it really, I think, illustrates how sustainability can intersect with economic development, with placemaking, and with the supporting our social networks that are in our neighborhood. So we couldn't be happier to be part of this. We're really thankful for all of the partnership with Councilman Green's office, with Trees Louisville, with advanced planning to make all of this happen. So thank you.
All right, Jess takes a team on these things. So the new Parkland Plaza is obviously located right in Councilwoman Jessica Green's district. Councilwoman Green has been a passionate advocate for her district, and Councilwoman, it's been great to see the development come along the corridor here as the various pieces are coming together. So please share your thoughts with us.
I want to say how grateful I am. Thank you so much to all of the community partners who have wrapped your arms around the Parkland neighborhood. We know that Parkland neighborhood is a neighborhood that is rich in history, rich in culture, and is a powerful neighborhood. And so we've spent a lot of time since we've been in office trying to channel resources and energy and time to make Parkland truly rise. And so when I think about all of the things that have happened in Parkland since I've been in office, I am so excited and so proud. Thank you to my future colleague, Councilman-elect Arthur. Thank you so much to the Center for Neighborhood staff, Johnny and Jess. You all are wonderful and spent so much time and energy. Thank you to Tamika, who pours her heart, her energy into Parkland, her entire being. Thank you to Trees Louisville. We are so grateful and we're so excited that Parkland continues to rise.
Right on. Johnny, let me shout you out as well and thank you for your help on the project, and appreciate your good work on this.
Thank you.
All right. And Tamika, I hope you saw all those heads nodding when you were getting your thanks on that as well. So again, thank you for the passion in this project. Next up is Ja'Cory Arthur. I've known Ja'Cory long before he decided to run for Metro Council and serve as a public servant here for our city. And he's touched many different aspects of our city. This project was just one of them. So he'll be taking office as a councilman here in January. He is a Parkland native. He's a well-known artist and owner of 1200 LLC. And Ja'Cory has been a part of this project from the beginning, or I would even say before the beginning. and his company will offer community programming at the plaza. Ja'Cory?
Peace to everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you for what we're doing here. It's important that we contextualize it. I think Mayor Fisher mentioned earlier what this means for the community of Parkland and also the community at large. You know, as we've seen these past few months, almost 53 years ago, protests in a similar way. And since those protests, there has been a mass exodus. There's been a complete shift politically, socially, economically in that neighborhood that I grew up in. And it's almost gone dormant to a certain extent. And I know this from being there, spending a quarter, 25 years of my life, most of my life in Parkland, and realizing there was so much potential. There was just a lack of investment. There was a lack of focus, and there was just so much neglect. And as we look at the plaza coming up, it's not only something that we want, it's something that we need, but I feel like it's something that's owed, because as the protest took place in the 60s, as the protests take place today, we have to come to the realization that government, that I'm now going to be a part of, if government is complicit in breaking it, they need to be explicit in fixing it. And the Parkland Plaza is a perfect example of this atonement. And being one of the people on the lease is going to bring so much to this community, because I've spent my professional life organizing for the likes of the Speed Art Museum or the Carnegie Center, the Kentucky Performing Arts Center for Performing Arts. I've spent so much of my professional energy in places that had the investment, that had the resources. And I feel like all of that was really just practice for me to bring it back home. And that's what it means to bring it back home. So I'm looking forward to working with my colleague, Councilwoman Jessica Green, on this. It's not just something that's in my heart, but it's in my blood. My family is in Parkland. They're still there. My whole family was raised in that neighborhood. It's truly a part of who I am, and I look forward to moving forward. So if you want us to not only keep this dream alive, but help us make this dream come true, please get involved. ParklandPlaza.com. You can do something as simple as following us on social media, signing up for our newsletter. You can support programming in the future. You can volunteer to help us with the build out, because we have so many different partners, so many different layers a part of making this happen. We have a lot. And I mean that literally, as in we have a lot of assets with all of our partners, but now I mean that literally as in we have a parking lot that we're about to reimagine and transform into something that's going to serve a community that has been neglected for over 50 years. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ja'Cory, Councilman-elect. Yeah, it's easy to see if when you sit in the park there, or you sit in the new Civic Plaza and you look around and you see the bones of 28th and Dumanil area. I mean, you can just close your eyes and see what that was in terms of active and vibrancy. The buildings are still in relatively good shape, and it doesn't take a lot to imagine it coming back as the vibrant center that it was. And understanding our histories, civil rights history of that area is also very important. A lot of very dramatic things came out of that. Some good things came out of that. The color barrier at the Courier-Journal was broken by Merv Albisman because of the work that he did covering the civic unrest at that time as well. So this is an area of the city that's deep, deep, deep in history. So it's good, as Ja'Cory just mentioned, to see this kind of continued investment come back. This project's also about sustainability, and it's about bringing community together, and it's about the investment that's required to reinvigorate our neighborhoods. So I want to thank all of our speakers and all of our partners that have made this happen, the community members who stepped up and let us heard their voice to see what's going to happen with this great new Civic Plaza that we're going to have. And I hope we can see everybody here and all the community together after the pandemic. As we cut the ribbon next year on this project, it's going to be a super exciting time. So with that too, just let me remind everybody in the pandemic right now, most impactful thing you can do to help the city and keep yourself healthy and your family and friends healthy is, wear your mask, please, and keep the distancing and keep the hand washing going as we work our way through this dastardly virus. With that, if there's any questions from the media that's following this, please put them in the chat room. We'll wait a moment or so to see if any appear. And if not, please maybe put those images back on the screen, Scott, so people can see once again what the Civic Plaza looks like. There you go. And I don't know, Tamika, or if you want to share your dreams about this or describe what you see in the picture there is just in what we can look forward to, or somebody else. All right. Well,
Well, I vision life, living in vibrancy, engagement, people coming together, sometimes even outside vending, little festivals. I envision a lot. I envision elderly coming and sitting, in the picnic area. It's just so much just to be able to sit and enjoy. As I've noticed before, you made a quote, Mayor Fisher, that it will be the park in Parkland. Parkland doesn't generally have a park space, and this is very much needed right here in the heart of the historic Parkland district. And with the within that business district too, it gives people that are patronizing some of the businesses and things in there, or if they're waiting on the bus, anything, it would be a great space that'll be utilized within the community itself. So I know it's going to be very helpful to sustainability within our community. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, folks, well, we got a lot to look forward to as the project gets underway, and then the groundbreaking, and just to see another nice step forward here in our city, as we always want to move forward, and moving forward in an equitable, sustainable way. Hopefully nobody can argue with that. That's all good. So thanks everybody for joining us here on this Friday morning. Stay safe. Remember, mask up and stay strong, Louisville. Take care.